Good morning, everyone. London time. It is 15th of July and it's 4 minutes past 2. How is everybody doing? Hello, Mareth. How are you? Falcony. Hello. Falcony, I can remember your name, but I think I haven't seen you for a while. Is that correct? I remember your name. Well, let's have a look. What have we been doing so far? Hello, Ahmed Sadiq. How are you doing? Yes, I'm doing great. I had a really good day yesterday. Um, the neighbor's dog is barking very closely. I think the mic will pick it up a little bit because it's very close. Yeah, I had a very good day yesterday. The short to the downside using the opening range gap, which I use a lot. And then my analysis was pretty spot on, the level where I want to take my long from. So I managed to take a long. Now my final TP was a little bit too high, but I think today we're going to reach those levels or maybe even higher. So my last runners, I made a lot of points because the way down was 100 points and then the way up was 225, and then the runner, I think, didn't make 300. The magic 300 number. I didn't make the 300 points, also not included with the runner because it went higher a little bit and then it went lower. I said 841, I'll take most of my position off. I did. And then it started to go a little bit higher. Let me show you guys. I'm really happy with the trade. Let's see, where did we go yesterday? Oh, I'm here. I'm not on the 15 anymore. I thought I was on the 15. Here we go. Yeah, we went lower here into these levels. This was the opening range gap. Here was the 50% of the opening range gap. So we opened up here, I think, somewhere here. Yeah, so we consolidated a little bit, then we opened. It was a little bit back and forth, and then it went lower into 50% of the opening range gap, a little bit lower. But I was aiming for this area, and I said I don't want to go. I want to go long from here somewhere, actually from 50%. Yeah, so I took this trade and I took this trade. But 841, I said I want to take everything off at 841, or most of it. And I left a runner, I believe, for somewhere here, 949. Yeah. So obviously here it didn't go higher. But the moment it became lower, I took it off here, somewhere in this area, just above here. So, I mean, literally almost the same at 841. So, yeah, it was still a good trade. So, up and down. And then it got very messy again, I think. I don't think I tried a little bit and I gave some of on another account. I didn't do very well. It was just a little bit messy for me. So, I had to stop. So, I thought, oh my God, it's like, oh my God, when you have two trades that go really well, I always catch myself getting a little bit overconfident. And then go for another account to also think, oh my God, today is a day that everything works, but it only works until a specific time, and then it gets messy again, and you have to wait until the PM session maybe. But look, they just went consolidating literally into the close, right? But yeah, I think it wasn't bad. This area was nice to was the playing field, but after that it got a little bit messy for me. How did you guys do? Did you manage to take a trade? So even though with CPI, so we didn't take out the data. Well, we did take out the data high, did we? Yes, we did. Or not? Where's the 830? Did we or not? Did we not? I can't remember. No, we did not. Yeah, we did in Asia. Yeah, we did in Asia. We did in Asia, not in New York. But yeah, I'm still bullish, guys. I'm still bullish. But the question is, probably when we get into a trade here in London again, we will have to sit through accumulation again, most likely. I guess so. I guess that's the curse. That's the curse when you join me. This is an old IFUG that I marked a while back, and it's just I'm keeping it on because apparently it worked. Let me see, but I didn't mark the time frame. I want to see what time frame that is, but I like it because it keeps sort of like giving me some information in the sense of, are we still I mean, if we start going through it, I think it was a 15-minute, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is a 15-minute. Yeah, so here we go. This is the 15-minute I'm using here. I want to see the time. This one, 8:15, 10:30. Okay, so we moved away from it here. When was that? Monday 6. I think we're going to blast through it now. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that we really are going to make a high. But the question is, are we going to do it in London? Because we have Asia low, Asia high here. Midnight is here. We are above it. So I think it looks bullish to me. And we might finally start going through this one here. So that means this bearish fair value gap is going to become an inversion. So I'll have to change it maybe a little bit. And let me just, I'm going to mark it differently now because I think it makes more sense. Let's see. I know it's a wider gap, so it's more information, which I actually want to avoid a little bit. But let me do this. I know it's a little bit wider, but I'm going to make it smaller. I just don't want too much information. I'm going to use it like this here. See, we go, but if we blast through this, that will be, yeah, because we got the gap here anyway. So if we have that, I believe this was the end. Yeah, this is the end walk, the Friday to Monday, right? So we're near here now. So we're gonna most likely accumulate. There is a possibility we might accumulate here because we're in the gap before it. We'll see. Hey Nita, how are you? I'm in this long, very small. Also passed my eval in Asia. Well done, Ahmed. Yeah, I think Asia really gives some nice moves lately, right? I'm sleeping, but sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could trade Asia sometimes. But then again, you have to choose. Yeah, Anita, you had a good day as well yesterday. Did you also take that long and that short? I mean, the analysis, I mean, it was, I think it was nice, huh, yesterday. It was finally, after a long time, it's so nice to have a good day that your analysis works and also your execution. Like I said, sometimes you can have one right and the other doesn't work, and then you're still shitty. But yeah, yesterday was a good day. So let's hope we have another one. I'm in this long, very small size. Where did you enter, Ahmed? Do you have a nice area so you can deal with the retracement? Where did you start your position? Yeah, I think, I mean, you know, the only thing that I don't like for now is that we are at the top of the end walk, but also at the start of a new end of, which also gives most of the time gives a reaction to the downside, which it could only be a retracement, right, or accumulation. But also here we have to watch ES. The moment ES hits this midpoint, it could give a reaction as well. And there is a fair value gap here, so I just and also we're forming a fair value gap here. So I'm sort of like keeping in mind that we can have a little bit of a retracement or accumulation before going higher. But then again, we could also just blast through it. I mean, because we got the event horizon here for NQ. So let's keep an eye on it. But yeah, for me, this is the moment ES hits this level, which might be sooner than this one here. I just want to be aware because that might give a strong reaction. It's being midpoint, event horizon of 2 NWalks. So, by the way, talking about NWalks, where is our friend Mether? I haven't seen Mether all week. Mether, where are you? I mean, I think he said something about Monday. I remember that, but I can't remember that he was gone all week. I haven't seen him around. I'm making sure that I'm on live chat. Yes, I'm on live chat, but Mether, if you're here, let us know. We're in your home. We're in live chat. Let me check. Hey, Mether, there you are. Oh, you're sick. Yeah, see, you're being missed. I'm here. I was sick since the weekend. Yeah, how are you doing? Are you okay now? Are you feeling better? I was wondering because I remember that you said something, and I think was it this week, but then I was like, no, I think you said last week that you were going to go away, but then I was like, did I miss something? But okay, are you going? How are you doing? Are you getting a little bit better or? Well, I hope you feel better soon. Just know you're being missed. Even though you're only on live chat, we notice. A better, yeah, catch the cold. It really destroyed me, but getting better now. Yeah. Yeah, those small colds can be nasty, I know. I haven't had many since I lived here in South Africa. I don't, only when we have a little bit of temperature change, I get a little bit of a cough and maybe a sneeze, but I don't get the colds and the flus like I used to get in Europe for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's more nature around. I do get a little bit weaker, but I can sort of like overcome it. But yeah, I mean, oh my God. And I was on inhalers and stuff like that for my asthma. I don't know. It's just, I'm sort of like realizing that I have it less now. And I don't do any flu injections here. But yeah, man, oh my God. I remember being so sick. But I hope you feel better soon, Meta. I see a nice candle here. Okay, let's go to the 1 minute. So we have PPI again today, right? So 8:30 news candle. So they could hold price a little bit down before they want to make the real move. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think I prefer CPI for some reason. I think there's always more movement with CPI than PPI, but I can be wrong. I think I need to get back into my journal. But for some reason, in my mind, I think, oh, PPI is not as strong, but I could be totally off. Maybe today we might finalize the market maker model on the higher time frame. You can clearly see, right? So buy side, sell side, sorry, and buy side, and then maybe we want to go up here, somewhere here, to finalize the move. We have some juicy stuff down as well, so we have to be aware that 29,948, there was a 50-minute fair value gap. I leaned on an hourly bullish close. Okay, 29,948. 29,948. Let's go to the 15. I want to see your entry. 29,948. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so it went into it very minimally, but I think, yeah. Only thing I don't like is this. We've got a is this a devil's mark? Meaning there's no wick. Because I'm just wondering if they want to use this area as rejection. So go more lower one more time and use this as an order block. Let's see what the half point is, if that coincides. Yeah, they could dig it lower and use this as one of the order blocks and then dig it lower just to wick and then back up because of this devil's mark here. I'm just looking, and then this might provide like a rejection block scenario. I don't like Weston. Let's see. I mean, just take profits along. I think you already did that, right? I'm going to do a poll with you guys about London or who does better in London. Because I'm just wondering if if it's me, if I need to just let me see if I use this one here. 702 is exactly. I like this one here. See if I use this as a range here. Let's see, this is a range. 0.5 is exactly here. If we're done for this range. I'm just wondering if the range is in for now, or do we want to go higher? If this is the range, I can see it go lower here, boom, and then go back up. Just not sure. I just don't like it stalling too much here. See, ES created an equal high on the 4 hour, so it's 2 o'clock. We already formed. Is it equal or not? Let me double check. What's the high here? Let's see. I want to see what the high is on the 4 hour on ES. The high is 613.50. The high here is 613.75. So it did not take out the high yet. So we have relatively equal highs. Let's say this equal. So the question is this one going lower to go higher, or are we going to go higher to go lower? Or are we just going to expand? Are we going to it's a 4 hour candle, so it still has 4 hours. So even though it might expand, it might go lower to create a lower low and then expand higher, right? Because it's a 4 hour candle. We just started it, so it's up to 6 o'clock. $30,011. Okay, well, we'll just wait. Let me see. What did we do here? Formed a low here. All these, I don't like these candles in structure like this. And it's very small. We did take this out though. Did we leave any gaps here? Is this is good. See, standard deviation 6 is exactly this end dog, which is nice. But the question is, when will it go there? I just don't trust the structure. I definitely will see this today. And I do think we're going to go here as well. So bullish, but just not trusting the time too much. I'm trying to figure out what timing. Ooh, I started something new, and it's sort of like upsetting my belly a little bit. I don't know, shit. Oh, gets a little bit. It took a little bit too much. Oh golly, why am I doing that? Yes, yes, yes. What time is it? 2:53. 2:53. Um. Yeah, I would favor the upside though, right? I mean, just let it hang out here and then maybe spike up a little bit more. I think that can. Uh, yeah, I like the scenario to the upside more than to the downside. Oh, it's already going. Okay, let's have a look. Hey, Company Car, how are you doing? Yeah, I think so too. Definitely. Well, maybe do it before London as well, so nobody in London can, because it's sort of like already accumulating a little bit from 206, so maybe already in 250-ish, it already could start running. Yeah, I would like it up to 360 because it's also the high of this N walk here, N dog, sorry. So it's a small trade. Um, but I'm not interested. From there on, I just would like to reassess, I think. So I do think if it goes lower again, I might paper trade it and then see if it gives me that short, a long. And then maybe later on, I only want to trade my accounts when I can frame like 100, 200 point trades. I'm really going to stick to that. I think that makes me most comfortable to really, when I'm able to do that, then all my other trades will be just paper trades. I'm a bit disappointed with myself. Yesterday I had my analysis perfect, but my execution was all wrong. Just have to look for the next setup. Yeah, it's two different things, right? Execution and analysis. They can be. You can have a perfect analysis and then you still f up by not executing well. I totally know it. It's very frustrating. Yeah, nothing you can do. Just learn from it and journal it. journal it extensively, make it a learning moment, and then move on to the next trade. It's all you can do. But yeah, it's already such a, for me, a revelation that I didn't know actually before streaming that there are actually two different things, right? You think about it as one. You think you're going to trade, you make your analysis, but then again, there are two different things really: your analysis and your execution. So that's why I always paper trade my first few trades to see if my analysis aligns with my how I execute. Let's see if it already makes the run to that end dog here. I see. I want to see if it stops here. If it already goes here, I'm not so sure what London is going to do. I'll do a poll with you guys because if it goes here before London, and let's say ES hits this event horizon, I'm not so sure what we're going to do. Yesterday, but did you company man call? Do you know why your execution? Have you figured out it? If you journal, have you figured out why your execution? What caused the execution not to go as you in line with your? Because that's really important information, and it's really interesting if you start journaling it. And I was like, what? And it's for me, it was very. I'm still trying to figure out why sometimes those two things are not aligned, because it's sort of weird, right? If your analysis is correct, it's sort of like your brain is already going in the right direction, but then yet it still does not do what you want it to do. It's. I think there's a lot of valuable information there, and I'm still working on it myself. Why those two? It's if your technical analysis is, it's very easy. It's like, okay, you go back into the chart and you see it's technical. It's easy to find. But the thing that is like, if your technical analysis is correct but your execution is not, it's something different. And it's for me the hardest one to really get a grasp on and totally make it purely logical or make it mechanical. And with technical, a wrong analysis, it's easy to you reverse engineer until you figured it out. But the more complicated one is this one. And I think it's really the one where the most growth lies. So, but I'm still also working on that one. If that one is not working out, and it makes me that's the one I get more annoyed, because it's like, I can't put my finger on it exactly sometimes, right? And I'm a perfectionist. I want to have every trade. I want all the logic behind every trade. I want to have everything needs to be sort of like, I want to have like, it's my rule, my if then statement, and everything has to line up. And if I can't figure it out, it annoys me a little bit. And that's the part that still I also have to work on. Or I'm still more. That's an area where I still have more questions. Yeah. So I totally get it. It's very frustrating. Well, actually, this dip actually creates a nice long, to be honest. Let's see if it's done, because actually it's not a bad, because it's still holding, the order block is still holding. Let's see if I like to take this for the long, which is coming in London then, or do I want it to go a little bit lower? I actually like this, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to take the long from here. I'm going to paper trade this, guys. My first few trades are always paper trades. I'm going to use this low. I think this low is going to be broken at some point, but let's say London is going to go higher first and then lower, so I want to be out. See, I'm just paper trading this because I need to find out if my analysis and my executions are in tune. And we know by now that it's not always works that way. 3,100. I'm going to use my standard deviation here. and it's the bottom. So now I can be taken out here because we're still 234, but I'm wondering if midnight is going to be taken, then I think the long is not valid anymore. Then I think that this might be a play for later on. But I still think that we're going to hold, take out maybe this level and then go lower again. So it's a very small trade. It's just a paper trade, but just to see if my analysis is in tune with my an execution. And I still think we're going to take out this low after we hit this or here. I do think we're going to go. I think this is a very small trade, and then I think we get more downside at some point and then upside. Let's see. So I'm expecting midnight to hold for now, for the time being. But I don't expect it to hold long. It could go lower again, but I don't think. Are we inverting this already? Let's see. We went back to 2.5 standard D. That's nice. I like that. Yeah, okay. I think it's okay. I miss my ideal entry. It was a trigger that sent me down to the path of the dark side. Yeah, that is hard. But you know what? If you journal it, maybe there's always a second entry, right? But yeah, it comes down to patience again. Like what is it's one of the hardest things. Did we? Let me see. Did we tap into this one here? DJ 3158 is the level I'm watching. Yeah, DJ, I caught the long and the short. I caught the short to the downside into the opening range gap, 50%, and my analysis was spot on, and execution as well. So I was really happy yesterday. I got a little bit overconfident because of that, so I gave a little bit back on another account. That was just I was like, okay, the now you're it's the move has done, don't overdo it anymore. But yeah, I caught the short after 10 o'clock, and then I pointed out an area that I was interested for the long, so I traded the short to that area, and then I went straight long again. I posted it in the Discord, by the way. I took my position off most of it at 841, and then I had a runner, and the runner didn't go to my full TP, but I just took it off at the same level, almost at a little bit above 841. So I had in total, About in 2 trades over 320 points divided over a couple of micros. Up and I added. There was a beautiful breaker yesterday as well at the 1050 macro. So the 1050 macro gave the run, right? I entered below the breaker, and at the breaker retest, I entered more positions and then took it off at 841. But yeah, it was a nice day. You know, it was hard the days before. There weren't many opportunities, and it's sort of like very frustrating if you get used to nice trades and you have to sometimes wait 4 days or 3 days before you get a nice move again. I find that still difficult sometimes. When we have a lot of accumulation and then, it takes longer for a trade to present themselves. It's my impatience. I'm impatient too, guys. It's something I always have to deal with. Always. So I don't want to say impatient too because I don't know if you guys are impatient. I'm impatient. Yeah, breakers. I love breakers. Yeah, so and then I thought, oh my God, I'm doing so well today. So the danger is, so I entered. I was done with one account. I passed actually an eval with it, and then I thought, let me do another account. And then I was like, okay, no, it's not working anymore. I was like, stop. You've done it. You've made your money. Don't give anything back. So yeah. So you always have to catch yourself, right? But I always get a little bit overconfident when I if I catch a short and a long, your brain just thinks that you are, oh my God, I'm doing so well today. Let me see if I can, keep going. But you just have to walk away. But it's hard. But then, I get humbled straight away, which is a good thing. Yeah, so I don't know, DJ, have you journaled it? In the past, I thought that CPI was always a little bit better than PPI, but then again, I think they left a lot of levels to the upside, maybe for PPI today. So, but I can't, normally I was like, oh, PPI was a little bit of a disappointment in comparison to CPI. But hey, I think maybe today we might have some nice levels. We'll see. Yeah, chasing the dope. Yeah, it is. I think it is how it works, right? I mean, I caught myself, you know, it's really hard just to stop. It's just to say, okay, you know what, it's done. Let me try another account. And I said when I was done with the trade, no, I'm just going to stop today. I'm maybe just, um, either just paper trade or, go over some levels. It doesn't mean I'm not going to watch the charts, but and then I still do it. And then I'm like, yeah, stupid. You tell yourself, oh, I've made over 300 points. I can lose some. But why would you, right? It's like, why would you, if you have money, you make a salary, like let's say, it's the same, like I'm always trying to think now, okay, let's say you have a normal job and your boss pays you money. And it's like, you go out and you just throw your money while you're walking. You know what, let me just throw some money while I was walking. It's literally the same. It's not yeah, and you get, your brain just, you get less rule based and stuff like that. So it's like a circle going down. But I was able to stop it straight away. We're all degenerates in a way. We just managed to control it a little bit better. 244. Now the question is, like I said, yeah, see, the question is, do we want to go lower to go higher? Are we forming the 4-hour wick to the downside? So if it's going to stop me out, then I could see us go much lower here, maybe. We'll see. Let me open the. Oh, uh-oh. Dolly? Did you guys hear that? I need to check that. I think it's some monkeys. Did you guys hear that boom? I think there was a monkey on the roof. Let me quickly check because I don't know what they're doing. It wasn't a monkey, it was an Evo that fell and it hit the roof. They're very hard still. There we go. There was an Evo. Um, it's the last ones falling from the tree, then I have to wait a year. Not a year, I think 6 months. We have a new batch. It's just amazing. These Evos are so, well, this one is not as big as it. What a beautiful Evo. I love it. Crazy stuff, but it was, just makes a lot of, I mean, if they fall, they're so hard. If they fall on the tin roof, it just, or the tin part, it just makes a lot of noise. But anyway, let's see what Price wants to do. Let's see if Midnight holds. They're clearly building liquidity. Oh, the monkeys. What is it? Monkeys are coming. Okay. I have to hide the elbow because the monkeys are on the balcony now. Steal my elbow. You're not gonna get my elbow, monkeys. You already have enough elbows. I mean, it's elbow paradise here for them anyway. We've got so many elbow trees here, so it's a beautiful day outside today, as you can see. We've had some bad weather here, power outages. Sun is shining today, so it's a nice day to go to the beach. It's a beautiful day for a beach walk today. I need to do the groceries as well. So, DJ, did you manage to catch the LON as well? Did you use the breaker on yesterday? Yeah, breakers are awesome. I love breakers. I just love breakers. Let's have a look. How are we? I like the structure. See if it holds. 2:50, the macro is starting. London is opening up in a couple of minutes. 10 more minutes. There's a lot of activity going on behind me. I think I might be stopped. Hey, Mr. Chaos, how are you doing? How's it going? Germany in the house. Germany in the house. Now there is a big chance that I'm long. Well, a paper trade long only. Like I said, I'm sure this is gonna be taken out, but I am I almost want to say hope, but I don't want to use that word. Expecting to hit this level and then go lower, but there is an opportunity that I'm getting stopped at that we go lower first and then go higher. But I'm hoping that the news driver, the London Open will drive it up to this end dog, and then I want to reassess. If it goes higher from there, I'll. But yeah, I'm just thinking that midnight will hold for now. But it's equal lows here, so it could easily go lower when London opens up. Yeah, so it's just a paper trade short to see if my analysis is correct, but not. But yeah, I'm aiming for the end dog here, the high, and then ES maybe hitting this, and then they might reject. But I'm definitely still bullish high time frame. Yes. So, but yeah, this is going to be taken at some point today. My longer long will definitely be, if I take a long, it will. I might even want to wait for something here, or I still have to frame. I think I need more data to frame. Yesterday was very nice. I felt like really in pre-market, the levels I wanted to go long from. So I traded the short and the long. Everything was lining up. But so that was really nice that, I was able to find my levels again. But I think again now for today, I just need a little bit more time to do that. So it's just a short trade, just a short. Let's say a short try. So we are stuck between midnight and 2 o'clock. Do you guys see that? We're stuck between. So I think it's sort of a 50-50 thing, to be honest. What do you guys think, long or short? So yeah, I feel comfortable up to here, but then I'm like, and then I wonder. Because I think the 4 hour wants to go Well, again, I don't know. Maybe it just wants to go higher as well. Let me see. It could support on here. It doesn't need to go lower, maybe. Let's see. Well, we'll see. Um, so this is the 4 hour. Do we expand from here, or do we want to make a lower wick? Let's look at the hourly candle. Okay, let's have a look. I like it. ES took Asia high as well. Both took Asia high. Asia high is here. Both have taken it. Asia high is taken on ES as well. Asia high here is on ES and we're already above it. So everything is in sync. Okay, we're almost open. Let's see. I like it how it's moving. Three more minutes. So much activity going on in the trees with the trumpeter hornbills. I'm so restless. Okay, midnight. Come on. Don't take me out now. Just go up first and then take me out. I don't care. Almost, almost, almost. I can hear the monkeys on the rooftop throwing around with the chairs. Hmm. 3 o'clock. Oh, here comes the naughty monkey. Oh my god, leave my chairs on the rooftop, please. What are you going to do, NQ? Stop that. Okay, let's see. I still like the level to the upside, but if it wants to go lower, it might give us a better entry anyway. So is this it? I think I want to try again. Let's see. What do you want to do? I still think the long is still in play though. Yeah, I think the midnight level will hold. Um, I like the to the upside again, same level. I'm gonna give it another paper trade go. So it took out these equal lows. Now we have a nice. Let's see. I want to put my stop a little bit lower. I still like the level though. So we have this wick here. If this level needs to be taken out first before going lower. What time is it? 3 past 3. Are we holding? This needs to start holding now. Yeah. Let's see if it holds and starts going up to here. I really like this level as a rejection. Um, let's see if it wants to. Otherwise, it's just going to build liquidity here, here, here. I'm not interested in these smaller trades on my accounts. I just want to see what price is doing. But I think we took out the low here. But you can see it sort of could build up liquidity and go lower again. But I think I think we might run to that level. Let's see. Just, like I said it before, actually you never want to put a stop below equal lows. It's actually very stupid. But I thought we might take out that low a bit high and then go lower, but it did the other way around, which is okay. This makes more sense. go. Okay, there we go. Okay. From here, I wanna watch how many points. 42 points. We are true. So I wanna watch what price is doing here. Um, yeah, I'm myself. Yeah, but you know, it doesn't make sense. So this is always like always when I put a stop below equal lows, never do that, never, because it's actually really stupid. And I sometimes still do it, and it's like, what are you doing? You know, it's and again, you know, that's why you paper trade to catch those little mistakes. Now look at the difference between ES and NQ, right? So for me, this level is just, I'm just going to watch now to see if we're going to continue higher, or are we going to go maybe sideways. We left a gap here. We did sort this now out, so we could technically go higher because we don't need to go. I thought maybe we take it and then we go lower, take this, and maybe lower, but actually it's a good thing that we did this. But I don't like how ES is looking. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not interested in any more longs from here. For me, it's now just watching and then reassess and then maybe at another level. It looks so perfect, right? For expansion. But we could also start making 4-hour candles here, or futz around for a couple of hours here between these two. I don't like ES. How it looks. It doesn't look like it wants to expand. On the 1 hour, I don't like you. I don't like you on the 1 hour. You see how different they look? You know, it's not a good sign that if we have an hourly macro and we go back into that macro straight away after we're running a new macro. Unless we start really holding here, but we've got a gap here. We've got a gap still here. I saw something on the 15 as well. It's 1 hourly. Let me go to the 5 minute here. Let's see if I don't need you anymore. You have served your purpose. Thank you for your service. I like this fair value gap here. Did we sort this? I think this is already sorted by this. We sorted this. I do like the upside still. I just don't like ES. I still favor the upside. It just looks like we're going to get a lot of consolidation before it's going to make the move. It's just going to futz around in this area most likely. It was the same yesterday. We were in this area. I don't know if you guys remember. It was almost similar. It just hung around the same area. It just hardly moved away, and then I don't think there will be much spooling, to be honest. I think we're just going to consolidate for a while. It's just I don't think there's going to do much. We'll wait until I'll just give it a half an hour, and then I'm just gonna maybe prefer to focus more on the pre-market or after the news driver. I think they're gonna make a lot of 15-minute candles in between these two things here. It's not gonna do much. How many years? So in total now, 6.5 going to 7 years total, but I started totally I was still having a normal job. I just started in long-term investing, just more interested in how the market was doing. Then I got into penny stocks and a lot of bad things that really didn't help me much. And after 3 years, I found ICT. I did some volume market profile, TPO, which wasn't too bad, but still incomplete for me. It was already time-based in a way, so I actually did like that. And then I studied really, really extensively, and that's where things started to click for me. So, yeah, 3 years now. I think, yeah, is it 3 years? After time goes so fast. Yes, but I must honestly say, well, when I got into I really I wanted it to work really, really. I thought there was no plan B for me because I wanted to continue my traveling and my, don't go back to my original country of birth. So I studied like for at least 2.5 years, 12 hours a day, including market time and stuff like that. So, and things really start to be, I think after 12 months ICT, I started to get my first pay out, and then I got back to break even again. Then it took another 6 months before I really started to get more consistent. And then it's not like you get consistently straight away and then you're always consistent. It goes in phases, right? So yeah, but I'm still, I'm journaling extensively. I'm still trying to find more algorithmic signatures. Still building on my models, improving my models that I work with. Um, it's an ongoing journey. Yeah, like I said, guys, for me, this was the only area that had my interest. Um, and just reassessing now what Price wants to do. Um, we took out these equal lows, but you see it's also not going convincingly lower, right? So something also when you see these times, when you see the opening candles so close next to each other, it's you just want to be aware of that. It could be a little bit back and forth. Not much to do here. Not much to do here, guys. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna expect too much. Look how it's already printing. You can see it's just going back and forth, back and forth. Um, Maybe it's a nice day to not make it too long and touch some grass. Hey, Poo-Poo, what do you think? It's a nice day to go to the beach, have a nice walk. Um, we'll wait till the next macro. We'll do one more macro, the 350 macro. I'm always curious to see. And then we'll call it a day for London. So let's give it another hour. I do want to see what the macro is going to do. I like the 350 macro, but I'm not. I think I hope we're going to get such a nice day again as yesterday during New York session. But I don't know if I had two good days like CPI. Always one of the two was better, and I think most of the time was CPI. But what advice would you give your younger self? Um, that's actually a really nice question. But if I think about it, I made a lot of mistakes, but I think you need to make those mistakes. The only thing, if I would say trading wise, I would say that I wish I would started journaling sooner. That's the only thing that I really regret, because I do think all those lessons that I needed to make, all the mistakes, you need to make them to get to a certain point. You need to feel the pain. You need to experience the overtrading, getting so sick of yourself. So you really want to find out why and try to avoid it. So I would not change that, but I do think that in trading, generally in trading, I would say I wish I had the discipline to start sooner, even though I did not know what to journal at that time, because I think that was what was holding me back a little bit. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're starting to learn some things, but then you're like, yeah, what do I journal? Because everybody tells you, yeah, journal, journal, journal. Yeah, but what do I journal? But it is just taking the time, because it also changes your brain. Because the moment you start journaling, it also takes you away from wanting to trade in the market, but you're still busy in the market. Some people think, oh my God, I don't want to overtrade, so I'm going to step away from the market. But I think if you're still learning, you need to have screen time, but screen time without trading, which is very important. And journaling is part of that. So you're still working, watching the candles and trying to find your edge, so to speak, right? And that's where my growth came, where I started really accelerate my growth. So that's the only thing I wish I started sooner, because I was quite late with that. Because even though I was, um, I just, I thought, oh, it's more important to watch the market live. But then obviously with that came the part of not being in control and want to trade too much. I told myself that I wanted to be a scalper, which was ridiculous. But yeah, that didn't really work for me. Now I know I'm not a scalper. I can literally say that I'm not a scalper. I prefer the longer trades. Um, so, but yeah, it takes time. I want to come into trading, but I always see those number 90% lose money, and most of the money is going to hedge funds. So I'm demotivated. So Ashish, it is going to take time before you're going to make money, and I think I don't know the numbers, but everybody calls that 90%. But I think there is some truth to it. I think because most people they want to become a trader, and they just open up an account and they call themselves a trader. But it's like you have to approach it like getting a PhD in finance, right? So if you want to become an engineer or a doctor, how many years does it take before you're a doctor, you're allowed to hold a scalpel and cut in someone's brain or in their guts? I don't know, but it takes time. And it's funny because I have there's a water factory nearby, and I always talk to there's security, and I always drive by, and sometimes I give them some avos or whatever, and we always talk. And then they know what I do, because I said, what do you do? I said, well, I'm blah blah. And then one of the guys comes to me and they said, hey, yeah, I heard you are I want to become a trader. And the first question I always ask is, how much time are you willing to invest? And they look at me, and then you can see their brains are already scrambled. Because I honestly ask them, may I ask why you're asking it right now? And then they always have money issues, and they think, oh my God, I'm going to go become a trader, then I can solve my money issues. But they don't want to invest the time. And I invested a lot of time in the studying, in the back testing and journaling. But it takes time. So it just depends on how much time you're willing to put in it to be part of the 10%. Because the thing is, most of those 90% people, they haven't studied, or they're too lazy to do it. It's simple as that. But if you study and put in the time, you will make it. But you'll still have to go through those lessons. But I do believe that it's a matter of, it is just statistics, because it's easy to open up an account and people think they are a trader if they hear the term fair value gap. Okay, I know, I'm an ICT trader now, I know about the fair value gap. No, well, you don't know shit, to be honest. And even though it's all the concepts that you learn, you have to go into the charts, make it your own, and find out what are your if-then statements. But just the concept on itself means nothing unless you make it your own and build a model around it or define your if-then statements. But that takes time. So if you're motivated to become a trader, you have to be motivated to put the work in. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's actually very simple, but it takes time. And time is the hardest thing. It comes with patience and investing in yourself. But don't be demotivated by those numbers. Because there's enough people that are successful and are profitable. But you will see all of them, you will see the same pattern with them. They all get healthier in lifestyle. They go into more fitness, they go into more disciplined life. It's all because the discipline in life is something that also goes through into your trading. They are working on better sleep. They're working on healthier food wise. It all, you can see the pattern with all those that are really profitable and doing well. You can see the same pattern over and over, and they keep on journaling. They keep on investing, building more models. They don't stop. They don't stop. You will see it. And I was also like looking at the people that I saw, and like, oh, I see a pattern with these people. It's all the same. They don't say, oh, I'm profitable, I'm not going to work on it anymore. No, they are sitting behind the charts whenever they can. They're refining their models. They are building new models. They are always trying to improve themselves in the charts, but also off the charts. And I think those two things go together. There's always something to work on. Yeah, and like say, if you get the thing is when you become consistent, if you, I have more respect for people that tell me that they have been consistent with $10 every day than someone who says, "Oh, I made $1,000 per today," but you don't know what how much did they lose. But if someone is able to make $10 every day, that $10 will become $20. That $20 will become 50. But you have to be okay to start small. And but hey, Road Futures, yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing good. How about you? Um, yeah, it's a normal job. Yeah, the faster they learn. Yeah, it is. It is about just putting in the time, right? It's just. Um, anyone in a short? I don't like the breaker short because it didn't give you any opportunity. It just went lower, but I think it might give you a nice retest at some point today. Um, the breaker here it just went lower, and this candle actually activated the breaker, but it doesn't give you any retest. So I would rather wait for the retest of this breaker, to be honest, and not trade it like this. I don't like those moves. I mean, it's a nice fast. Don't get me wrong. I like those fast moves. See, it goes for these levels here, but I like it what it's doing because it does provide more reason to go higher again, right? I'm still bullish for later today, but I don't know. Um, I miss these move no pullbacks. Yeah, no, I'm not in. I mean, you know, I think I'm getting better in. I mean, if I would talk to myself, if I would see myself a year ago, I would hate missing a move like this. But now I'm like, okay, well, I'm just watching and seeing what price is doing and defining ranges. And I'm happy that I called the high here and said I'm not interested any higher. So that's already good enough for me for now. So I'm seeing, you see, on the higher time frame, I like it because on the higher time frame, we have a high, lower high, lower high. So let it do its thing. And then I said I would like to maybe get along somewhere from here and then attack all these highs for later today. That's something. So I'm really not, I'm okay if it goes lower because that provides nice opportunity for later today. Let them build liquidity because this high that we just made just tells me that we're going to get a nice move to the upside most likely later on. So now the only thing that I don't like is ES. We do have equals right here with, okay, it didn't take, okay, oh no, ES is also fine. ES is also good. We have relatively equals. That was the yesterday's, oh no, Tuesday's 14. That's okay. It's still good. Not as nice as MNQ, but so yeah, let's hope it doesn't take these out before pre-market. 330, 326. Yeah, I hope it leaves this intact. Let it just go lower and do its thing and just figure out where it wants to stop and start maybe accumulating again at some point. Yeah, I think maybe this is one move and then I don't think we're going to get, it's just, we're forming this 4 hour here. So we took out this, we did take out this high, but we are forming a lower high here, right? Even though we took out this. So yeah, I wonder if this really wants to go lower. I don't think so. I think it's just gonna stay here and go back and forth from now on. Um, so I'm like already building scenarios. Like for example, if it will leave these highs, that will give us a nice opportunity for a long at some point. But let's say it does go back into those highs and it goes higher, and it already takes all these highs and goes up to here. Then I'm already thinking, okay, what will be my short option then, right? If it does go. So I'm already building, if during London, when I see these things happen, I have already planned, I'm going over scenario A, scenario B, scenario C. Now my perfect scenario will be we leave this and we go lower and we attack this maybe during PPI. Or if it does go higher before it, it might go and then PPI might make the last thing, then we might be in for a short at some point, right? So it just depends what the market is doing. Um, and the closer we get to the news, the more information. And I just like it that, London just provides the information. And if I can't figure it out during London, you have so much more data when you get pre-market as well. And I think that's the luxury we have, right? We can, now obviously one wakes up and can go into the markets, but I think it's different when you are sitting behind the charts and already looking than just waking up and having one coffee and then quickly look. But I sort of like a notice as well. I don't know if you guys have the same. That sometimes you need to look a little bit longer, and then you see different things, right? If you look a little bit, like on one time frame you see this, on that time frame you see that, and you always miss something, right? So I like it that the and oh yeah, see here that is that opening that new N walk. So we might like I wouldn't be surprised if we work in this N walk a little bit. We're still in it, sort of. The bodies are still in it. Yeah. So this is the annual. Went to this fair value gap. See ya. Yes, DJ. See you. Have a nice evening. Hey, Lance. How are you doing? How's it going? When is your Greek? When are you going to Greece, by the way? When is your travel? Are you fully prepared? Leaving a 15-minute devil mark. Where's the devil? Oh yeah, I see what you mean. On top, right? Here. Ooh. Perfect. Those moves are always hard to catch, right? Because you don't have any manipulation move. Remember that with the breaker, it just goes lower, and it's always like most of the times when you see that it leaves a devil's mark because it just doesn't give you the opportunity. Because as a distribution trader, you want to enter between the open and the high in the wick, right? So if there's no wick, it's hard to enter. For me, I always struggle with that when it just boom goes out of it. I just let that go. And in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, there's a devil's mark, and then oh, I understand now because there's no manipulation, right? You need the A and D. I have to pull the trigger and order some clothes for the wedding. Oh, you still have to buy stuff. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Oh, we talked about Ross and things like that. Okay, so August 12th. Oh man, time goes fast. You better hurry up. I have my driving thing on the 11th of August. So I know that date because I'm like, oh my God, we're getting closer. So it's like time, you just wink with your eyes and it's Friday already. So yeah. So you're traveling August 12th to the 20th. I have to pull the trigger and order some clothes. Yeah, you have to order because you don't know if it's well, I know you're in the West. They deliver it in one day, so it doesn't really matter. Here it's a little bit different sometimes. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time. We do have a take a lot that is also not too bad. I mean, they do sometimes, but it's never almost in one day. We don't get things delivered in one day like you guys. Like I used to get in Europe, even some sick. We even have same day delivery. I remember that in the Netherlands. Like, how do they do that, right? It's quite impressive if you think about it. You order something and you get it the same day. Oh. Apparently, most clothes tripled in price since I've bought something crazy. Yeah, everything has got more expensive. My aunt in the US is also complaining about everything's got so expensive. Um, 4 hour. Not too bad. What's here? What's my blue line here? What is this? I have no idea what that blue box is. Oh yeah, that's order block. I was marking the midpoint. Okay, yeah, I said okay. If we go lower, we could go all the way here to this wick here. I was marking that. So if we do go lower, that was an area I was looking at. Yeah, because we have a devil's mark here as well, right, on the 15. So, and it's 50% of the range. So that say maybe this is an area of rejection before we go back higher again, maybe. If it wants to dig a little bit deeper. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing that, to be honest, for a long. That'd be really nice if we could go all the way here and then maybe long from here. And unless we start going lower, I mean, then, it's a different scenario. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, 338. We'll give it some more. I just want to see the 350 macro, and then I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna do some exercises on the beach, have a nice walk, and do some groceries. I need to do some groceries and just get some sun. So this avo has been on the tree quite a bit, quite long. You can see it's getting a little bit drier, but they're still very hard. But I think these are the. I think there's one or two more avos to fall down. That's it. Then it's done. No more free avos. No more avos from God. I call them a present from God. So nice, So I think one tree gives about. I think I've been eating avos from this tree since. Was it January? January. Is it January? I can't remember. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Well, almost half a year. I think it was. So let's say I gave a lot away as well. let's say one per day. Six. Yeah, I think over 200 avos. One tree. Well, I think there are two trees. I can't see because they're intertwined. I think there's a lot that fell at the neighbors, but it's too much bush. They can't get to it, which is a waste. Sad. Um, maybe 300-400 avos that fell just here in the garden. So I ate so much avos this half year. Oh, at some point I was like, I don't want to eat avos now. Maybe boring. Yeah, I think it's going to be boring a little bit. That's why I was going to watch the last macro. I always like want to journal the macros a little bit. Let's see what it's doing. Um, and then we'll call it a day, and then we just touch some graphs, and then we come back for PPI. And we'll see what the market brings us. Hey Priya, we used to give away bananas, papaya, and moringas in India to neighbors. Oh, hungry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's such a. I mean, I'm not used to that to have something like that in your garden, right? It's just amazing to have papaya. Oh, so how long does it take for papaya to grow? How many times per? Did you have one time per year, or does it go like? I love papaya. Um. Oh, where in India is it? Which were you in Kerala or something? It must be more south, I would presume, if you had so much food growing. Yeah, it's nice to grow your own stuff. I think I would really like to have my own garden as well, where I grow things. If I'm settling down again, I think I want that. But I don't know. My next place, I can't do it because in the bush we have too many animals, monkeys and all that. So it's just not. Otherwise, you just have to cover it up, and I don't like that. So I am from Tamil Nadu. Okay, gotcha. I think there are a couple of seasons. It grows across the year. It's not a seasonal fruit. Oh, is it? Okay, gotcha. Oh, I love papaya. Talking about papaya, I'm gonna buy some today. Apparently, a papaya is really good for the eyes as well, but you have to eat it just before you go to bed because then those things that does the uh, help your eyes restore. You need to eat it just before you go to bed, or not too long before you go to bed. I'm not really sure if that works, but I'm gonna let me Google where Tamil Nadu is. I haven't. I've traveled to India 6 weeks a couple of times. Tamil Nadu. Okay. Oh, that's all the way. Kerala is here. Tamil Nadu. It's a south. It's also in the south. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's still southern. Oh yeah, it's a very big India, of course. Tamil Nadu is a South Indian state. Yeah, I love the south of India. It's famed for its Dravidian style Hindu temples in Madurai. I've never been in that area, I think. I don't think I've been there. No, I don't. I have not. I did go to Bodh Gaya. Where's Bodh Gaya? Is that in. Uh, it, I don't think it's south. I think it was north. Yeah, it's northeast. Yeah, it's totally. It was also very cold colder when I got there. Totally different vibe. It's such a different vibe in north of India and south, right? Also, the people. It's very I totally got a different experience. It's a super. Oh, papaya is, yeah, I think so. It's suggested by my endocrinologist. The downside is against. The downside is again probable to be taken. Oh, okay. We're talking about the chart. Yeah. Um, I don't know. We're gonna watch the last macro. Weekly open is taken. We hit the event horizon on ES. I still like this upside. I mean, I really like the long later on. Hey, that rhymes. I really like the long later on. I really like the short. Can we rhyme that? Or can we make a rhyme? I like the long later on. I like the short. How can we make that rhyme? ChatGPT, make me a rhyme. Let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, let me see if ChatGPT can find us a line. I like the long for later on. I like the short for a quick report. I like the short before support. Nah, I like the long later on. I like the short when bulls abort. Okay, that is a nice one. I like the longs for later on. I like the short when bulls abort. Do we like that one? Or I like the short when trend is caught. I like the short when buyers distort. I like the short address. I like the short when price falls short. No, okay, that's not that. I like the short when momentum's gone. I like the short. I like the short from resistance on. Oh, I like the short from resistance on. No, I like the best one is I like the short when bulls abort. Okay. Okay, thank you, ChatGPT. I always wonder if they're nicer, if ChatGPT is nicer when I'm nice to it. Now, the question is the 4 hour going to expand, or are we going to just hang out here? I don't know. I don't think there's a lot. I think this inversion is holding. It doesn't look to me like it's really. I don't know. I'm not really short biased. Um, it doesn't look like. I think we're holding here, but we have some. Where does it want to go when it wants to go lower? Let's have a look. So we already took this here. Oh yeah, I mentioned this level here. I still like this level. That it really retest this area here. It's a block, but obviously it can still dig into this block, and then we have this devil's mark and reject somewhere here maybe. So, but I don't know. It could do that with PPI, wick down, but it could also go here as well. Hey, look what we have here. I see something very nice here. Market maker model, original consolidation, buy side, sell side. Yes, Lance. I took CPI yesterday. I had a beautiful short and a long. I did. I had an awesome day. Um, I think it's the first day of the week that I had a good trade that I really liked. um, yeah, creative wall printing. I'm only interested in longs, so I'm gonna wait for the perfect setup. Um, but if it starts going higher and it gives the long before pre-market, then I might have to change and go for a short at some point. But if the market, I think there's more room to the downside, to be honest. Before we get the long. But yeah, I'm not interested in trading this area and around this time because it's just, yeah, I really like, see this 4 hour, that 0.5 level with that devil's mark is right over here. So I think we're going to go lower into this 4 hour fair value gap. And that will be an area where I'll be interested in a long, I think. Well, but we could go even a little bit, dig a little bit deeper, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely this is an area that I really like for a long. But it doesn't have to go all the way there. I mean, sometimes it can just dig a little bit. You can just leave it for later on. Um, we'll see. I mean, I'm keeping an open mind because it can do anything. It can leave it for later on. It can leave it for PPI. It can go higher first, go here later on. So can you please come to live sessions in Equity Open? I'm sorry, I have a mentorship that I do. Or I mean, pre-market prep on YouTube. So that's what I do during the Open. So I just focus on that because I have a little bit of a different approach. I'm very late. I mean, I'm more aggressive in that area, and I really am focused on. I'm really hunting trades there. I'm just focused on getting make my money fast and look for larger trades and be done, preferably before 10 o'clock. I try to be done before 10 o'clock, but it doesn't always work that way. Yesterday it was nice after 10 o'clock. Even the short didn't present itself before 10 o'clock, unfortunately, but sometimes you just need more time. Okay, let's see what the last macro does. I'm not going to trade anything, guys. I just want to watch, and then I'm going to go uh, for my beach walk. I haven't gone for a long time. and do some groceries, and then I'll be back at 8:50 for pre-market prep. I'll start pre-market prep earlier, 8:30, because we'll watch the news together, just to go over levels. So I'll start the stream sooner. No trading outside of New York session this week to see if it's helpful. Yeah, you need to find out if that's more. I just think you need more rules. You just need to have a stricter set of rules, Lance. You know, if you still overtrade, it doesn't really matter if you. But yeah, just I saw a video and I can't remember, and I was thinking about you because I was like, oh, it might really help. It was helping me as well. It was sort of like, you know, writing down some things and let me see if I can find it. I wanted to post it on the psychology tab in the Discord, by the way. And then I was like, I did something else and I forgot it, but I think it will pop up in my feed again. But I'll definitely next time and it's sort of like, you know, every day you write down, for example, it sounds very cliche, like, okay, today I'm going to follow my rules, and then you define your rules, and it sort of like trains your brain to become more disciplined. And I was like, oh, there were a couple of things that I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going. But then there were a few things I was like, okay, there were 7 things that sort of like some were overlapping each other, and some made really sense to me, but some others like, yeah, a little bit. But even though 3 or 4 of them, I was like, oh, okay, wow. I already do maybe 2 or 3, but then I was like, yeah, there's other 2 I should do as well. It's just more a little bit. Um, yeah, apparently it is like you teach your brain already to become more disciplined without even knowing it, right? So, but let me see if I get it. If I find, I'll look for it on the video. And I'll post it in the because I think it is very, it's just very simplistic. But if all these simple things help without costing too much effort, right? You just have to do a little bit of writing and maybe think about it before you enter a trade or things like that. If that can already help, that's awesome, right? But then you have to make it like a habitual. It's like habits. It's like and doing it every day, and it's not that difficult, but it's just a simple set of things that you work through, like you tell yourself, or you go through a list of, okay, how do I enter my trade, or what am I looking for? You know? And once you set your stop loss, you don't touch it anymore, for example. First rule is set a stop loss. I didn't. When I started trading, I didn't even put a stop loss in because I didn't want to have a losing trade. That was really bad. Then I got to a phase that I put a stop loss in, and then it didn't go. It went against me. I would move it further away because I didn't want to be stopped out. I just thought, oh, I'm wrong. Let me just put it a little bit further down. Yeah. And I think, you know, going back in time, thinking about that when I did it, it was all more because I just didn't know what I was doing. And I thought, okay, and you actually know it, that you actually don't have any, your knowledge is not there. You just enter on a feeling and you think, okay, oh, I need to set a stopper. So you just put it randomly because you don't have a system in place yet, right? If you begin. So I really admire those who really, I have one student, he doesn't trade. He just wants to learn, and I find it so admirable that, oh no, I'm just going to study and I don't need to trade. I'm going to take my time. But I did not do that, and but then, you know, you put your stop loss, but you don't have like a real system yet in place. So it's random, sort of like, okay, I think it's there, but it's not based on any logic at that time. So that's why you think, okay, you know what, let me just move it because maybe that was the right, maybe I was right, but I just don't know it. It's a really odd way of thinking. But if you actually already enter a trade and you don't actually know, you should not even enter a trade, right? It's simple as that. So, but yeah, I mean, you tell me your worst, and I'll tell you that I did it most likely. I think I may. I think I should be ashamed if I share everything, but I'm not ashamed because um, I see myself as very, it's also you want to try things, but then again, don't put your money on the line. Just don't be stupid. But then again, I needed those lessons. I really needed those lessons, I guess. Okay, it's 4 o'clock. Let's see. Just curious. I even tried to attempt Discord to say hello one. Um, or even to attempt Discord to say, okay, are you in the Discord, Lens, or not? Well, I appreciate that. Well, Lens, um, I never knew how much I actually would love, because if I would join a group or a community or a mentor and there was a Discord attached, I never would talk because I was like, yeah, I've got really, I don't think I have much to bring to the table. It sounds weird, but I was very shy in a way, or I did not really talk that much as I do here. So for me also, I was part of this just as a viewer more, but didn't really anticipate more of also, yeah, I don't know how I should contribute, uh, you know. So, but now with the YouTube channel, when I started I just realized how much the most valuable thing of the YouTube channel is the community that comes from it. And I didn't know how much I actually needed it or how much value it brings also in my trading, how much actually it makes me a better trader as well. So, it's easy to just trade and be by yourself. It's sometimes really nice, by the way. I mean, in all honesty, sometimes I enjoy just trading by myself, not having to talk to anyone, just being focused on the trading. Um, but then again, having a community, it's just, we share the same struggles. You learn together, you grow together. Um, yeah. So for me, that's also a big revelation as well. Like, oh my God, I actually never realized how much. And that was when I worked for the other prop firm, when we started doing those sessions with the other coaches. I was like, oh my God, this is so nice to do. So, yeah. But trading is still a personal thing. Yes, it is very. Apparently, someone sent me a message today. There were two scammers, you know, pretending to be me. So yeah, it comes with a downside a little bit. But then again, I, you need to have a Discord next to the YouTube because it's very easy. You need to communicate with each other, or I need to communicate outside YouTube sometimes. Um, so I do like but yeah, you have to be. It's very frustrating, those scammers. It's very frustrating. So. Nice. I like the move to the downside. I think it might go to that level that I mentioned here, the 50%. Let's see if it wants to dig deeper all the way up to here. What time is it? Now, if I would want to trade, when we talk about breakers, this will be my trade here. I would have wanted to trade the breaker retest. Like I said, I would have let this one go, and then you have your two, it comes back to it, and then you enter the breaker. I don't want to enter it here, but I would have entered it here at 4. This macro would have been my play then, right? It's a pretty nice trade, but I just want to go. I just want to have a focus on later today. But this is a beautiful trade. 4 o'clock move down. So that's what I mean when you have like here, this one left, right? It went lower here. Was it here? It's number 15. Nice. Your silver bullet. I was leaving all these things behind already. I really like for the downside 29,850-ish. I hope it can reach there. I hope it doesn't go there now, because that would be a very, very nice entry for my long if it can reach it. I really like 29,850, 855-ish, 50. That would be my ideal entry for a long. And that coincides with this level here. I really like that. That means it needs to dig in a little bit deeper. So yeah. And maybe it wants to go all the way here. It's all possible. So I have two levels that I like. This level here or this level here. We'll see. This will be even better for a long. Yeah, there's many. I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah. I went from 25 point stop to 20 last week, and it's a start. I focus on stop most on stop before. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice. Yeah, you always should ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose in this trade? Just and also prepare yourself that you're going to lose that trade, right? Now, it sounds a bit weird, but it really helps. Like, okay, I'm willing to, whatever the outcome is, I'm okay to lose that amount of money. So if I do pre-market, yesterday as well, I was trying to trade to the downside, and I'm okay to, if I'm too early, I'm okay to lose a few points, because I'm not, okay, I'm going back and forth a little bit. So it's a little bit of a different approach. And sometimes you're just too early and you give back and then you make money. So yesterday I did that in pre-market prep a little bit, but it was still within my risk parameters, and I still was taking sort of a little bit of risk, but just because I knew, okay, when is it going to move? It is going to move, but the timing was a little bit, it was extended. But if it's still within your risk, or if you already made some money, you can grant yourself a little bit more, because you're not going to lose more. So you have to have some flexibility with it, but still remain within certain risk parameters. That's where you have your playing field. But yeah, it's always hard, but just risk comes first, and not how much am I going to make, right? It's always like, how much am I willing to lose? And that really helped me to change a little bit from my weird no stop loss to moving stop loss. Man, I made all the mistakes in the book. I really did. But anyway, I got a fake hours. I think, yeah, no, there are many. I mean, they are cockroaches. They come up, and so that's why I never send a DM, or I do send a DM when you ask me something, but I never ask. I would never send a friend request, never, because I can't. That's how you. If you get a friend request from me, unless you send me one first, then it's a scammer. And you always look at the name, right? You always look at the name, because they always have like some symbol or another everything attached to it. So you always know. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do it. That's the only way. Sort of like, you know, okay, I've got a friend request. It's probably not her. Yeah, you're most likely right. You are right, because I never will send just out of the blue a request. Yeah, there's PPI today, guys, so be careful. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna let this one run and see how far it goes. I like it. It's nice. It makes it it's nice, short to the downside. Let's see how far it can run. In the meantime, I'm going to do some things, enjoy the nice weather here, do a nice walk, clear my head a little bit. I haven't been to the beach for a whole week almost. Been so busy. Well, Reborn, you know, I'll tell you one thing. Those scammers, they came already when I had, I believe the first one came when I started the YouTube channel or the Discord very quickly, because there were some people that were asking for it. Hey, can we communicate outside? So it was more of like, okay, thing for just you have a easy way to communicate. And I think the first scam already came with 250 subscribers, and nobody even knew about me. So I think it doesn't really matter. I was like, wow, already. So I think it's like they just see a community where maybe the levels of security are not that well set yet. I'm just wondering, or it's just a thing we have to deal with. But I was like surprised. I'm like, okay, I'm not even at 500 subscribers and I'm already dealing with this shit. So it was somewhere around that number. It was really weird. So yeah, I don't think it is that reason yet. I don't want to, but I guess the bigger you get, the more you have to deal with it. But yeah, they are. I mean, they are very persuasive and they keep going. So, but well, it's part of it, I guess. This could be the move of the London session. There's this. Yeah, so there's PPI later on, so that's why I am not interested. I think I'm more interested in LON. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm a bit too risk hungry. I don't go for oversized gains often. It's not greed, just no fear of loss. Maybe it's good I'm becoming numb to loss. No, that's not good. No, that's definitely not good. You can't get numb to losses because you want to have your capital preservation, right? But yeah. You should be numb to the up. You should be more thinking about the loss, and it should do more to you than your wins. So I think that was some change for me. But I'm always within my risk parameters most of the time. So I just, I don't really care if I have a losing trade because it doesn't affect me that much anymore. Unless I tilt, which still happens once in a while. And it only happens when I don't follow my rules. So I know. I'm just a normal person who just has it better under control, but still it's lurking there as a danger continuously. Okay, guys. If you're trading short, have fun. I think there's still room to the downside, but I'm just gonna wait. Pre-market preppers, I'll see you later on. I'll start 8:30. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. There's not going to be a stream on Friday because my car needs a service and I need to go out of town. It takes a whole day. So no London session. Yeah, I wish you all a very good PPI later today, but we'll have to wait. I do like it. Not too bad. Okay, Mr. Chaos, Lens, everyone else, I'll see you guys later on today or tomorrow, and I wish you a very good day, and hopefully you also are able to touch some grass and have a nice afternoon, morning, or evening. Ciao, ciao, guys. I love you.